Hello everybody, this will be a breakout strategy that is called the bump and run reversal pattern. It works for reversals. Usually whenever you get a change in price and then a large sell-off, it's usually a good trend or a good pattern to use to look for a reversal. I'll be showing you guys examples in this video, plus I'll leave this in the advanced trading playlist in my channel, so feel free to check it out. And if you guys do learn something new from this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, the gist of it is when I'll just draw a trend line and just kind of sketch it out for you. So you'll have price making higher highs, right? And then suddenly this will be a local top, you can say. And then we'll have price just make lower highs like that. And then we'll get our third touch, and then off of this third touch usually we get a huge drop down, and then we just kind of consolidate, and then we'll come back up and break through this trend line on the fourth touch, of course. And so what this large downtrend, what it is called, and the bump and run pattern is the really the bump phase when price drops down suddenly after 3 consecutive lower highs. And so it'll consolidate for a while, and then once price does eventually start to break up, usually want to look for a large increase in buying volume. So for my example, mine is blue volume that we're looking for, based off of when price is breaking out of this. And so I'll show you guys some live examples based off of this. Here is live example number 1, where we are on the 4-hour time frame. Usually this works well on higher time frames. It's usually more of a macro reversal that we are looking for. And so, of course, we had our trend line with 3 touches where we had a top, and then we were making higher lows, and then a second touch into the trend line, and then finally the third touch into the trend line, and we drop down pretty significantly. And then, of course, what we want to look for is price coming up to retest the trend line on very high volume. So we would have entered our long position based off of this breakout pattern, because if we kind of zoom in here, you can see there was a large increase in volume, but specifically buying volume based off of this breakout compared to this breakout. So we would have entered our long position right when it broke that trend line, and just really would have aimed for the sky with our stop loss right below the last swing low of the move. Here is another example. However, the volume is a little bit different, so there is a different way how I would trade this. And so, of course, we had price making higher lows, and so we had our first trend-based touch, and then we had our kind of second one right here, third one, which led to a big sell-off again. We kind of consolidated at the bottom here, and then eventually we did have price that broke through this trend line. Of course, if we look at our volume indicator on the bottom right here, we had pretty low volume when we were breaking out of that. And so usually when we do break out of a bump and run pattern on low volume, there is a good chance that price will retest that trend line, and then we'll pump up again from that. And so really thing to look out for when we break out with low volume is a retest of the trend line. And then of course you guys can enter a long position based off of the retest with a stop loss right below the last low. And then really you can just aim for a pretty good profit. So we would have gotten a potential 33% move based off of this pattern. Finally, this will be our last example in the video. Again, I am on the daily time frame, and this is a very, very good example. So we had the starting up of a local high, and then we had a higher high, and then third, we had our final third touch before a large drop down. We had consolidation for a while, and then finally we did get a breakout right up through the fourth touch of the trend line. And again, notice that we had a large increase in buying volume or bull volume, however you want to put it. And again, no retest due to that high volume. And then we did get a nice move up to 14K. This was quite a while back ago, but you could have entered your stop loss right below the last swing low, and this really aimed up for quite a big move, and this would have been a nice 200% move. And so again, just to going over this basic pattern, again, you want to see price having higher lows, making higher lows. And so you'll draw a trend line based off of those higher lows. You want to have 3 consecutive touches. On the third touch, you want to have a large drop down in price, or what's called the bump. And then lastly, you'll see a little bit of a consolidation and then price break through the fourth retest based off of those previous trend lines. And this will be the run pattern. And this will be a good way to profits based off of this pattern. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Plus, I'll leave this in a playlist called Advanced Trading Tools. So feel free to check out those other videos in that playlist as well. Thanks. Bye.